Hearing in restaurants, parties, and group events is one of the most common complaints that people have when it comes to hearing, and it is challenging. Let's say we're at a farmer's market. You've got people talking, kids yelling, maybe there's traffic or music or a fountain. All of these sounds compete with the person that you're listening to. And we only have 2 ears that funnel all of these sounds in, and our brains have to decipher what that one person is saying. You know that I love nerd speak, and the nerd speak for this is auditory scene analysis. And the reason it's so dang difficult is actually pretty straightforward. When all of the competing sounds or noises are louder than that person that you're listening to, it masks that person talking, and when our brains perform auditory scene analysis, they can't quite parse out that talker. That's why you can typically hear shouters at parties, because they're simply speaking louder than the background sound. And a soft talker at those same parties might be impossible to understand. Then, if you have hearing loss or hidden hearing loss, it can become even more difficult to separate the target talker from the background sound. So our brains start filling in the blanks with visual cues or context from the conversation, but this puts an extra cognitive load on our system, and it can be exhausting. So are there technologies that can help? Hearing aids and hearing devices can help. One thing that they do is amplify high frequencies. That helps us localize sound better or tell what direction a sound is coming from. Hearing devices can sometimes enhance consonant parts of speech like k, t, s, sh, ts. A lot of hearing devices also employ directional microphones. That helps us to focus on sound in front and reduce sounds from the sides and the back. However, they might not be that effective if there's loud sound directly behind the person that we're talking to. I would argue that the most helpful technology are remote microphones, also called companion mics or partner microphones. The iPhone, if you have one, there's a feature called Live Listen, which when you enable it, will turn your iPhone into one of these microphones. Check, check. Live Listen is on. But a pro tip, you really need to get that microphone close to the person's mouth, otherwise it's not going to do too much. So what these microphones are essentially doing is, because they're so close to that person's mouth, 6 to 8 inches away, they're making the voice much stronger than the competing background sound. So it's much easier for our brains to decipher what that person is saying. You'll now listen to the difference between a microphone that's about 6 inches from my mouth versus microphones that are about 3 feet away from my mouth. This is what it sounds like when a microphone is only 6 to 8 inches from the person who's talking's mouth. And the microphone's picking up my voice, and then it'll be sent directly to your hearing devices or hearing aids. This is what it sounds like when there is no remote or partner microphone and your hearing devices are picking up my voice from 3 to 4 feet away. So as you can tell, there's a big difference between a microphone picking up the person who's talking their voice from 6 to 8 inches away versus 3 to 4 feet away. Right? For guidance on how to use this technology, talk to your audiologist, and remember to always ask your employer, if you are an employee, if you have hearing health benefits, with tuned, of course.